It's howling time.
Welcome everyone to It's Howling Time with the Howling Wolf here for Memorial Day 5/27, 2019. We got a 10 race card at Santa Anita today. We got the Gold Cup. We also got the Shoemaker running. We got a great day of racing going on at Santa Anita. I'm going to give you my selections. I'm going to see how I'm going to do it. Give you my two top selections and maybe my horse to watch. First race is going a mile on the turf. And also, before I say anything else, these are my selections before scratches. So there may be some scratches and horses that might be taken out. So be aware of that. So again, the first race is going a mile on the turf for maiden special weight for a purse of $65,000. We got a field of 9 running. I was looking at it throughout. And for my top selection in the first race, I'm going to go with Miss Bigley. Miss Bigley is at 7-2 morning line. It is by gemologist out of a site dancer mare. It is the last time it ran was May 4th of 2019 at Santa Anita. Ran a mile distance and maiden special weight 67,000. Was able to get a good third by 3.5 lengths. Right towards around the turn was third. So you may see this one maybe getting the same type of move. Kento Son is still on the board, so you may watch out for that. The time before that, it ran in October 8th, going a mile distance in the Surfer Girl $100,000 purse race. Pulled and stalked and just got outkicked because it was second through the beginning of the race, so it was trying to be with the pace setter. Just got too tired out and was able to get a good fourth by 2.25 lengths. And that race ran against a horse named Laker Ball. So look out, Laker Ball, yearlings and all that and so forth, and horses are running great. So let's see what else we talk about. Also, too, the workouts have been April 13th, did 6 furlongs in 1 minute, 14 seconds. Handily galloped, was the best out of the 4 workouts that day. The time after that, it did it April 27th at Santa Anita. Did 5 furlongs in 1 minute, 2 seconds, 0.2. Handily was the 23rd best out of the 43 workouts that day. And then the last workout was May 21st at Santa Anita. Did 4 furlongs on a fast track and 49 seconds handily was the 12th best out of the 52 workouts that day. So what I was seeing here with Miss Bigley is that it's running the distance, a little short back in distance, but also a time with a little bit of racing. You may see him just making that same type of move. If nothing happens, it doesn't get in any horse's way or he gets boxed in or anything, you should see Kent or someone getting this horse out and get off to a great win. So again, for my top selection in race number 1, going a mile distance on the turf. It may even be taken off because of the rain, so it may be a soft turf, not a firm turf. We'll see. That's as far as I see so far is firm and fat and good. So we'll see what goes on there. So again, for my top selection, it is the number 3 Miss Bigley. My second choice, there it is Caracero. Caracero is at morning line at 4-1. Is by Curlin out of a Langford mare. Last time that one ran was back in April 21st at Santa Anita doing 5 furlongs on the turf in a maiden special weight $56,000 race. Was able to get a good fourth, was off a bit slow and had to go 3 wide into the lane to get up there for the good fourth by 3.5 lengths. The workouts have been May 3rd at Santa Anita on a fast track was 49.1 seconds handily. Was the 9th best out of the 39 workouts that day. The time before that, after that, it was May 10th at Santa Anita, 5 furlongs in 1 minute, flat .4 handily was the 3rd best out of the 35 workouts that day. And then the last workout was on May 18th at Santa Anita. 5 furlongs was a pretty good workout, kind of slow for it. It was 1 minute, 2 seconds, .4 handily was the 51 best workout out of the 69 workouts that day. So again, for my second choice in the race number 1 at Santa Anita today, it is the number 8 Caraceros at 4-1. Now on to race number 2. Race number 2 is going 6 furlongs for maiden special weight, $65,000. We got a field of 5 running. A lot of them are first-time starters. My top pick is going to be the number 2. Actually, let's see here. I'm going to do it reversely. I'm going to go my second choice. It is going to be the number 5, Excuses Be Gone. It's by Maglidioro out of a Curlin mare. The workouts have been at May 3rd at Los Alamitos. The 5 furlongs on a fast track was 1 minute, 1 second handily was the 6th best out of the 13 workouts that day. The workout after that was May 10th at 6 furlongs in 1 minute, 13 seconds handily was the only workout that day. And then on May 18th, the last workout was 5 furlongs and fast track at Santa Anita. It was 1 minute, 3 seconds handily was the 20th best out of the 24 workouts that day. Has great pedigree, getting Fabian Pratt aboard. With jockey trainer is 34% together. Let's see how it goes. May have the speed, may need this race to see where it could be handled and plays great. And the morning line odds is at 7-2 on the 5. So again, my second choice is the number 5, Excuses Be Gone at 7-2. My top choice is going to be the number 2, Bold of Soul. Bold of Soul is at 9-5 morning line. And the workout, it is by Shaking It Up out of a Capote mare. The workouts have been on May 9th at Santa Anita. Did 4 furlongs on a fast track at Santa Anita. It was in 48.4 seconds handily. Was the 5th best out of the 23 workouts that day. Then the last workout after that was on May 15th at Santa Anita. Did 4 furlongs and 48 seconds flat handily was the best out of the 38 workouts that day. Then the last workout was on May 22nd at Santa Anita. 4 furlongs was in 48.1 seconds handily, was the third best out of the 35 workouts that day. Now on the race number 3. It is going a mile on the turf for allowance optional claiming $80,000. I'm going to be giving you my second choice first. My second choice is going to be, I'm going to go with the number 6, Jazz Kane. Jazz Kane is by bated breath out of a Sindar mare. Last time ran at Santa Anita was on the turf going a mile distance in the Singletary stakes race for $100,000. Was able to get third by a length. Was off slow and then had to go 4 wide into the stretch and got tired around a bit. Got caught up by Shining Through, which is also in this race. The time before that was in Dunkirk. Did a mile distance in the Irish Stallion Farms. Was able to win that race. Was off slow on that race also. Had to go third on the halfway point and led into the 1.5 mile furlongs left and went all out to get that win by a length, half a length. The workouts have been on April 19th at Santa Anita, did 5 furlongs and 1 minute 2 seconds handily, was the 21st best out of the 41 workouts that day. On May 3rd, it worked out of 4 furlongs on a fast track at Santa Anita, did it in 49.3 seconds handily, was the third best out of the 15 workouts that day. Then the last workout was on May 20th at Santa Anita, did 5 furlongs and 1 minute 2 seconds, 0.1 handily, was the 8th best out of the 15 workouts that day. If nothing happens, if it gets a good clean start, it doesn't go off slow, which it has a tendency to do, but could keep this horse into position. It's getting Rosario. Rosario might get this horse out kind of quick. So if it could get that horse out there kind of quick and into position well, you should see Jack Clarkson up and possibly in for the lead and win. So again, for my second choice, it is Jadskin at morning line odds at 3-1. For my top choice, it is going to be the number 2, Swamp Souffle. Swamp Souffle, its morning line is at 5-1. It is by Modimeister out of a Seeking the Gold mare. Last time ran on May 5th at Santa Anita, did it in a distance of 1 mile and 1/8 on the turf for optional claiming $80,000. Was able to get second in that race by 2 1/4 lengths. The time before that, it ran on February 16th on a mile distance for a claiming of $32,000. Was able to win that race, led throughout, was second until around the backstretch, was able to get first and was stretching it out as the race went longer. It won the race by 7 lengths. The workouts have been 5 furlongs on April 28th and 5 furlongs in 1 minute 2 seconds, 0.4 handily, was the 38th best out of the 54 workouts that day. The other time it worked out was on May 15th at Santa Anita. 4 furlongs in 52 seconds handily was the 34th best out of the 38 workouts that day. Then the last workout was on May 21st. Did in 4 furlongs at Santa Anita on a fast track. It was 49.2 seconds handily. Was the 26th best out of the 52 workouts that day. But what I see here is getting the blinkers on, which may be a plus and helpful. The only is staying the same level of class, is keeping Franco aboard, which knows how to get this horse into position well. If it makes that same type of move and getting the cut back a distance that it won last time in by 7 lengths, you should see this horse coming up here and running a great race. It's facing a little bit tougher in some horses, but you should see this one coming in for a great win. And morning line odds at 5-1. My top choice is Swamp Souffle at 5-1. Now on to race number 4. It is going a mile distance. This is for claiming $16,000. We got a field of 8 running. I'm going to give you my second choice here is going to be the number 6, Hey Sequoia. Hey Sequoia is by Cause to Believe out of a Vending Victor mare. Last time ran on April 26th at Santa Anita in 6 furlongs for claiming $16,000. Was able to get 5th by 7th lengths. Had to go three wide into the stretch and had no ability to get up there. Was able to get a little bit of ground, but wasn't able to get enough. This little bit of stretch out. Then in the April 30th was the other time race before that. It did it in at Santa Anita in 7 furlongs was for $16,000. Non-winners of 3. Was able to get second there. Had to also go 3 wide into the stretch there, and was rallying up to get a good second there. Was second by a length and a quarter. The workouts have been March 23rd of 5 furlongs. Was in 1 minute flat 0.4. Handily Gallop was the 7th best out of the 92 workouts that day. The time after that, it worked out on April 20th at Santa Anita at 4 furlongs. Did in 49 seconds handily. Was the 9th best out of the 45 workouts that day. Then the last workout was on May 18th at Santa Anita. Was 4 furlongs on a fast track. It was a 51 second handily. Was the 70th best out of the 83rd workouts that day. Okay, with Hey Sequoia would be a nice one to come in if anything happens. The little bit of stretch out in distance is a great plus. It's getting Fabian Pratt back on the board after its 3rd race that it came in 4th by 7th lengths in a higher claiming level. So if it runs at this type of claiming level, at this drop-in class, is a great plus. Also, the stretching back out in distance is a great plus. You can see that it had to go wide the last 2 races, and then to the stretch was making a great rally. So with this, should make a great distance. It's also got the blinkers off, so it should see where it's going well. So again, for my second choice, it is the number 6, Hey Sequoia, at morning line odds at 4-1. My top choice, it is going to be the number one, Studley Perfection. Studley Perfection is that 3-1 morning line out of a Magis- Majestic Perfection out of a Valid Wager mare. Last time it ran was on April 26th at Golden Gate Fields on a mile distance on the Tapeta. It was for 20,000 claiming. Was up there for was the pace setter. Had to go wide and lost it down to the stretch. Was second then. Was tiring out. And just didn't have enough and tired way more to get 6th by 4 lengths. The time before that, it ran in April 4th at Golden Gate Fields at 6 furlongs on the Tapeta for 12,500 claiming. Was the pace setter at that time too. Made the pace, had to go too wide, and just weakened down towards the stretch to get 4th by 2 lengths. From what I see here, what needs to be done, it is 2 for 5 at this distance, and at Santa Anita it is 2 for 5. What needs to be done is coming back down from Northern California up to here. You know, the Golden Gate Field horses coming from Golden Gate Fields back down to Southern California has been making some great progress and winning a lot. So you may see this one getting up for a great price. It's getting Bejarano back aboard after being off of it since February of 2018. And so he knows where to get this horse into position. Hopefully should be able to get it back into great position. Not tire it out. Maybe let it not be the pace setter, but maybe backing it off a bit to make that great late kick towards the stretch. Maybe that's what this trainer would be getting up to hopefully get off to do, because it's made the pace and it tires out. The stretch out in distance is a plus, but also it's the drop in class just a tiny bit would be a little bit easier for Studley Perfection, which is my top selection. It is the number one horse. It is my top selection, Studley Perfection, at morning line odds at 3-1. Now on to race number 5. Race number 5 is going a mile and 1/8 on the turf for allowance optional claiming $62,000. My second choice, we got a field of 8 running. My second choice is going to be the number 3, Tiny Tina, is by Patty the Prado out of a benchmark mare. Last time ran on April 20th at Santa Anita, going a mile distance for optional claiming $40,000. Was able to win that race by half a length. Was off a bit slow and went 3 wide and started up towards the stretch to rally up to get first. The time before that, it ran on March 29th at Santa Anita, going a mile distance for allowance $50,000. Was able to win that race. Rallied again in the bid into the stretch to win that race by 3/4 of a length. The workouts have been May 10th at 4 furlongs at Santa Anita, did in 51 seconds handily, was the 15th best of 19 workouts that day. The time after that it ran On May 15th at Santa Anita, did 4 furlongs in 52.4 seconds handily, was the 13th best out of the 14 workouts that day. Then the last workout was on May 21st at 5 furlongs. It was in 1 minute, 3 seconds, .1 handily, was the 8th best out of the 13 workouts that day. It's getting proud. What I see here is Prado's coming back on the board. Has won aboard this horse twice. So she knows how to get her into position well. If anything, should be able to get up there very quickly. At Santa Anita, it is 2 for 7. On the turf, it's 3 for 9. Prado just needs to get this horse and maybe get it a cleaner start, not off so slow, but able to rally in to get off to win this race. You should see this one coming up late. So again, for my second choice, it is the number 3, Tina Tina, at 3-1. My top choice in race number 5, it is the number 1, Hakira, at morning line odds at 4-1. It is by English Channel out of a Holy Bull mare. Last time ran on May 5th at Santa Anita, going a mile distance on the turf. Was able to get it in there and edge it out to get third. Had to go 3 wide of it and lost it and got 4th by a length and 3/4. But was showing a great rally kick to get up there into position. The other time it worked out before that, it ran was on October 7th at Santa Anita in a mile distance in the Swing Time Stakes race. Was able to get 8th by 9 lengths. Had to go 3 to 4 wide and just had no bid and tired out. But now staying at this type of level, keeping Victor Espinoza on board. The workouts have been on April 30th at 5 furlongs at Santa Anita. It did on the fast track. It was 1 minute, 3 seconds handily. Was the 10th best out of the 16 workouts that day. Then the time before that, after that, it did it on May 15th at 5 furlongs. On the fast track at Santa Anita, it did it in 1 minute, 4 seconds, .3 handily. Was the 32nd best workout out of the 43 workouts that day. Then the time after that, it worked out on May 21st at Santa Anita, did 4 furlongs and 49.4 seconds handily. Was the 33rd best workout out of the 52 workouts that day. So what I see here, what needs to be done is that Victor Espinoza get this horse into position well. Staying at this same type of level. At this distance has only been in the money twice. But at Santa Anita has 2 wins over 8 races. So what Victor Espinoza would need to do is get this horse into position well. Maybe get off that it's not so much. Keep it a little closer than it usually is, so it's not so far out and there. Keep it around hopefully keep them around towards the rails so it has the shorter distance to run. You should see it coming up late and getting it at a nice price to come in for a great win. Has been running against horses like Velodiska, A Cause for Commotion. And also has been Lori's Attitude. Been running against some great ones, some good horses, which will be running in later races. So You should see this one. My top selection in the 5th race. It is Hakira at morning line odds at 4-1. Now on to race number 6. It is going 5.5 furlongs for allowance optional claiming $20,000. You got to field the 6 running. My second choice is going to be the number 4, Chasing Lucas. Chasing Lucas is at morning line odds is at 8-5. It is by Shanghai Bobby out of a Tis Now mare. Last time ran was on April 28th, 5 furlongs on the turf for this level. Was out there kind of quick, was saving ground but had no rally and got in 7th by 4 1/4 lengths. The time before that, it ran on April 12th at Santa Anita at 6.5 furlongs for the same type of level. Was tried to be close to the pace setter. Was in there at first towards the turn to home. So it was towards the stretch. It lost some ground. It was only second best at that race. The workouts have been on April 8th at Santa Anita, 3 furlongs on a fast track, was 36.3 seconds handily, was the 4th best out of the 11 workouts that day. The time after that, it worked out on May 11th at Santa Anita on a fast track. It was 48 seconds handily, was the best out of the 49 workouts that day. Then the last workout was on May 18th at Santa Anita, 5 furlongs. On a fast track, it was 1 minute, 0.3 handily, was the 5th best out of the 69 workouts that day. What I see here is that S1 Espinoza just needs to keep this horse into position. Maybe stay up in the mid-pack and making it a great late kick towards the end. So you see this one coming up kind of late, fast. Then for my top choice, it is the number 6, Wandering Patrol. Wandering Patrol is at 7-5. It is by Square Eddie out of a Natsimo mare. Last time ran on April 12th, 6.5 furlongs for optional claiming $20,000. Was able to get 3rd. Ran behind Chasing Lucas, which is my second choice. Was inside, dueled, and just vanned off. So was the pace setter and tired out to get 3rd by 5 3/4 lengths. The time before that, it ran on May 28th at Santa Anita and 5.5 furlongs at this distance. It ran for allowance optional claim for optional claiming $16,000. Excuse me. Was able to get 3rd by a length and 3/4. Came out and was at the stretch, was the best, and just got tired out a bit to get 3rd by a length and 3/4. The workouts have been on April 5th at Santa Anita at 6 furlongs and 1 minute 15 seconds handily, was the 2nd best out of the 8 workouts that day. Time after that, it worked out on May 2nd at Santa Anita, did 5 furlongs and 1 minute flat 0.2 seconds handily, was the best out of the 15 workouts that day. Then the last workout was on May 15th at Santa Anita with 5 furlongs on a fast track. It did it in 1 minute, 1 second, .2 handily. Was the second best out of the 41 workouts that day. What I see here is that he knows how to get in the money. Knows where to get it. Maybe to cut back down in distance again should get its confidence level up. Has lost against being the money line favorite, so maybe should be able to know where to get it this time. We'll see what happens at the same type of level. It's actually going up in level, but knows how to get into position well. So what you need to see here is that it just issues happened and got tired out. So again, for my top selection, it is the number 6, Wandering Patrol at 7-5. Now on to race number 7. Race number 7 is going a mile and 1/8. It is the Gamely Stakes Grade 1 for a $500,000 purse. $500,000 purse, excuse me. We got a field of 8 running. We got my second choice, which is going to be the money line favorite, Valeska. Valeska is at 8-5. It is by skip shot out of a marquee mare. Last time ran on April 6th at Santa Anita at 1 mile distance on the on the graded stakes race. Was able to get first by 2 3/4 lengths. The time before that, it ran it in February 2nd at a mile distance in the Buena Vista Grade 2 stakes race. Was able to win that one by length and a half. Had to go 4 wide and 2 8 to get right towards the stretch to get first. The workouts have been on May 5th of 5 furlongs and a fast track at Santa Anita was in 1 minute, 3 seconds, .3 handily, was the 21st best out of the 31 workouts that day. The other work time was on May 12th at Santa Anita was at 6 furlongs. On a fast track, you did it in 1 minute, 17 seconds, .1 handily, was the second best out of the 5 workouts that day. The last workout was on May 21st at Santa Anita on a fast track. It was in 1 minute, 15 seconds, .4 handily, was the third best out of the 8 workouts that day. What I see here is been first is trying to do it for 4 in a row. At Santa Anita has been 10 for 11, and at the distance has been 5 for 7. What needs to be done is stretching out a bit in distance. Knows how to win at this type of distance. But we'll see how it handles it this time. Fabian Pride has been aboard all of his races. Or her races, her races. So what needs to be done is that just stay into the same type of running style. Maybe get up there maybe be at there to be the heavy favorite. For my top selection, though, I'm going to go with the number 2, Ollie's Candy. Ollie's Candy is at morning line at 4-1. It's by Candy Ride out of a stroller mare. Last time ran on August 18th of 2018 at the Del Mar Oaks Grade 1. Was able to get second after being back, and then was able to get first towards the turn and lost the ground and got caught late to get a good second by a neck. The time before that, it ran in July 21st at Del Mar on a mile track on a Santa Clemente Grade 2. Was able to get second there. Had to go 5 wide into the stretch and rallied to get a good second by a neck. Knows how, and the workouts have been on May 6th, 6 furlongs. Did it in fast track in 1 minute 14 seconds. .2 handily. Was the second best out of the 3 workouts that day. Then the other time it worked out was on May 12th at 6 furlongs on the fast track at Santa Anita. Did it in 1 minute 14 seconds. .2 handily. Was the 4th best out of the 11 workouts that day. Then the last workout was on May 20th at 6 furlongs on a fast track at Santa Anita. Did it in 1 minute 14 seconds flat handily. Did it was the 5th best out of the 17 workouts that day. What I see here is the experience to run at a grade 1 level. Knows how to get his position. Getting Joe Rosario is a plus. Just needs to get out there into position, into a great close position to get up there good and fast, which Joe Rosario, John Sadler should be telling Rosario to get into position well to get out there late. So for my top selection in the 7th race in the Game League Stakes, Grade 1, it is the number 2, Ollie's Candy at 4-1. Now on the race number 8, it is the Santa Anita Gold Cup going 1.25 miles distance on the dirt for a purse of $500,000. We got a field of 7 running. My second choice is going to be the number 1, Blitzkrieg. Blitzkrieg is at 6-1 morning line. It is by Warfront out of a Arc Mare. Last time ran on April 27th at Golden Gate Fields on the 1 mile distance on the turf on the San Francisco Stakes, Grade 3. Was able to get first and win it by a length and a half. Excuse me. The time before that, it ran at 6 furlongs on March 3rd at Santa Anita on the turf, going 6.5 furlongs on the turf for optional claiming $40,000. Was able to get first by 2.5 lengths. Rallied, led, and cleared. So what you see there, it has the ability to win at any type of distance. The workouts have been on April 20th at Santa Anita, 5 furlongs on a fast track. Did it in 1 minute flat .4. Handily was the second best out of the 47 workouts that day. The workout after that was on May 13th at Santa Anita, 4 furlongs on a fast track. It was in 48.1 seconds handily. Was the best out of the 32 workouts that day. Then worked out on May 20th. Did 5 furlongs in 59.4 seconds handily. was the fourth best out of the 37 workouts that day. Well, I see here it has the ability to win, keeping Bejarano aboard. Has been a total combined win of almost 10 lengths combined out of the 3 races that it ran with Bejarano aboard. The thing is that, in my perspective, is going up in distance and class a bit is the only issue that I have. Will it be able to face tougher? That's a question mark. It has the nose, and Bejarano knows how to ride this horse. So again, for my second choice in the Gold Cup, Grade 1, it is the number 1, Blitzkrieg at 6-1. My second choice, my top choice, my top choice in race number 8, it is the number 4, Lone Sailor. It's by Majestic Warrior out of a Mr. Greeley mare. The morning line odds is at 4-1. Last time ran on April 13th at Oaklawn Park on the sloppy track at 1 1/8 distance. Was able to get second by a neck. Ran against like Quipped on that race. So couldn't. That was a great horse. There was no way they could have gotten past that one that much. Got close. Or couldn't catch up. Didn't have enough. And the last time it worked out, that ran, the time before that, it did it on March 23rd at Fairgrounds, going 1 1/8 distance in the New Orleans handicap, Grade 2. Got third. Had a slow break. Had to go 4 or 5 wide. Got up there and was able to rally to get a good third by 1.5 lengths. So what workouts have been on that was May 2nd at Churchill Downs was a 4 furlong and 46.3 breezing was the best out of the 44 workouts that day. The time after that was on May 11th at Churchill Downs, was 4 furlongs on a fast track, was 48.1 seconds. Breezing was the 12th best out of the 49 workouts that day. Then the last workout was on May 18th at Churchill Downs on a fast track, was in 48.3 seconds. Breezing was the 19th best out of the 59 workouts that day. What I see here with this one, I picked it top. It ran in the Breeders' Cup Classic at Churchill Downs. Was able to get 6th, but it has an issue that's going off slow. But with Fabian Pratt aboard again, knows how to get this horse off to a good clean start. Should be able to get off well and be close by with the other horses to make the great late move. He's running against Core Belief, running against Vino Rosso. You should see this one coming up great late. So again, for my top selection in the Gold Cup Grade 1, it is the number 4 Lone Sailor at 4-1. Excuse me if I'm stuttering a bit. Mouth is dry. Now on to race number 9. Race number 9 is going a mile distance on the turf. It is the Shoemaker Mile Grade 1 for our $500,000 purse. We got a field of 9 running. My second choice is the number 8 Delta Prince at morning line odds at 5-2. Is by Street Cry out of a AP Indy mare. Last time ran on April 12th at Keeneland on a good surface at a mile distance and the Maker's Mile race. Was able to get first, drove past all the other horses at the stretch to great win by a length and a half. The time before that, it did in January 26th at Gulfstream Park on a yielding turf course. It was the PWCT Invitational Grade 1. Ran against Prompt, which won yesterday over there at Belmont. So you'd see it's got third by 2 3/4 lengths. Oh, it was Prompt 3 or 4. Excuse me, it didn't run against Prompt. It ran against Bricks and Mortar, which was a great horse. Now, Prompt is at 3 3/4. 3 3/4 had veered in upper and just got tired out and got third by 2 3/4 lengths. The workouts have been May 3rd at Belmont on a 4 furlongs on a fast track. It was 50.1 seconds breezing. It was the 18th best out of the 38 workouts that day. Then ran on May 11th at Belmont at 5 furlongs on a fast track. It did in 1 minute flat 0.3 second. Breezing was the second best out of the 14 workouts that day. Then last workout was on May 20th at Belmont. Did it in 4 furlongs at a fast track. It was 48 seconds. Breezing was the best out of the 11 workouts that day. So it has ran against horses like Brick and Mortar, Oscar Performance, Voodoo Song. Has a great ability and knows how to get up there with the best. So again, for my second choice in the Shoemaker Mile, it is the number 8 Delta Prince at 5-2. My second choice is going to be the number 2 Sharp Samurai. The number 2 Sharp Samurai. Sharp Samurai is by First Samurai out of a Street Cry mare. Last time ran on October 6th of 2018 at Santa Anita in a mile distance in this stakes race for grade 2 stakes race. Won that race. Had lost the whip, but was able to game on gamely. Time before that, it did on August 18th at Del Mar. Then the Del Mar Mile was able to get third by 2 lengths. Had to go 3 wide and steadied. So lost the ground to get third by 2 lengths. The workouts have been on May 8th at Santa Anita. 6 furlongs in 1 minute 14 seconds. 0.2 handily was the best out of the 4 workouts that day. The workout after that was on May 15th at Santa Anita, 6 furlongs in 1 minute 15 seconds. 0.2 handily was the third best out of the 7 workouts that day. Then the last workout was on May 22nd at Santa Anita, was 4 furlongs on a fast track, was 47.4 seconds handily, was the best out of the 35 workouts that day. What I see here is getting Velasquez is coming from Florida to come ride this one. Is getting it and keeping at the distance. Velasquez is probably be reading the papers and knows how, looking at how the running style is. Maybe able to get this horse into great position well to show off that it has the ability after the long rest and a great freshening. So it may have a lot of energy to go. Is 2-4-4 at this distance, and that Santa has only been out of the money once out of the 6 times it's ran there. So it's 5-6 at Santa Anita. What I see here, this a little bit up in class since back a long way since 2017, back at the Hollywood Derby. It was able to get 4th at that time back in 2017. So it's going back up to the graded 1 stakes race. So it should be running a little tougher, but has run against some of these horses. Has been in the money at least 3rd or either way, especially with Catapult, which is the number 5. So you should see this one coming up great late, I believe, with Velasquez aboard. With shows great potential to coming in at a win. So again, my top selection in the Shoemaker Mile, Grade 1, race number 9. It is the number 2, Sharp Samurai at 4-1. Now on to the last race, race number 10. It's going 6 furlongs for optional claiming $40,000. It is field of 10 running. My second choice is going to be the number 9, Dueling. Dueling is at 4-1 morning line. It is by Violence out of a Seattle Slew mare. Last time ran on December 8th at Los Alamitos in the Los Alamitos Fraternity Grade 1. Was 5th, was forced out, and was able to stay 5th all the way by 11 3/4 lengths. Ran against Improbable Mucho Gusto in that race. The time before, and was placed 4th because of a disqualification of the other horse, Extra Hope. Was placed 4th because of the disqualification. And there's some race. Then last ran in November 2nd at Churchill Downs, going 1 mile and 1/16 in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, Grade 1. Was able to get 6th there. Went into the 4th path in the quarter pole, was improving as the race went along and tired out. Went 6th by 15 3/4 lengths. So that was a tough field. Ran against Game Winner, Nick's Singleman. So let's see what happened with this one. The last time it worked out had been on May 3rd at Los Alamitos. Did it in 5 furlongs in 59.3 seconds handily. Was the best out of the 13 workouts that day. Then worked out on May 10th at Los Alamitos. Did it in 5 furlongs and 58.1 seconds handily. Was the best out of the 9 workouts that day. Then worked out on May 18th at 6 furlongs at Santa Anita. Did it on a fast track in 1 minute, 13 seconds, .4. Handily galloped. Was 3rd best out of the 11 workouts that day. So what you're seeing here is that horse is improving as this time. After the long layoff, she shows some great potential. Has a great freshening, working out great. Fabian Platt should know how to get this horse into position well with it. Should show that it has the ability to run with the best. So again, for my second choice in race number 10, it is the number 9 Dueling at 4-1. My top choice, it is going to be the number 7 Cat's Blame. Cat's Blame is by Blame out of a Forest Wildcat mare. Last time ran in May 4th at Santa Anita at 6.5 furlongs in allowance, $50,000. Was able to win that race by a half a length. The time before that, it did it in April 6th at Santa Anita at 6 furlongs for allowance $50,000. Was able to get 5th by 3 lengths. In that race, it angled out and got out-kicked and tired. The workouts have been on April 24th at Santa Anita, 4 furlongs on a fast track was 47.4 seconds. Handily Gallop was the best out of the 31 workouts that day. Then the last workout was on May 21st, at Santa Anita, 4 furlongs on a fast track. It was 47.1 seconds. Handily Gallop was the best out of the 52 workouts that day. This drop in class is going to be a great plus. Keeping Bejarano aboard knows how to get this horse into position well. So it should show that it has the ability to come up for a great win from this drop in class. So again, for my top choice in race number 10 for allowance optional claiming, it is the number 7 Cat's Blame at 8-1. Now let's do the pick fours. The early pick four in race number 2. I'm going 2-5 in race number 2. In race 3, I'm going 2-3-6. In race number 4, I'm going 1-6. And in race number 5, I'm going 1-3, 7, and 8. Which that'd be a $24 ticket, I believe, for 50 cents. Now to the late pick 4. The late pick 4 starts in race number 7. I'm going to be going 2, 4, 7, 8. Then in race number 8, I'm going to be going 1, 4, and 5. And in race number 9, I'm going 2, 8. And in race number 10, I'm going to be going 2, 7, 9. Which would be a $36 ticket for 50 cents. If you like to play a little bigger ticket and spend a little bit more, in race number 8, actually not race 8, but race number 9, you can add the 4. You have a great shot at that one. So again, if you like to remember, when you're cashing with the Wolf, it's howling time. Good luck, everyone, and let's cash in those tickets. Happy Memorial Day to everyone. Let's make some money.